spectacular SoFi Stadium here in metropolitan Los Angeles.
Today we've got a Week 6 matchup for you here between the Atlanta Falcons and the Los Angeles Chargers.
And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25.
And now a timeout defensively by the Falcons. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Herbert going to go to the air right away.
Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
Well, they use him a lot out of the backfield. He had 5 catches a week ago, and he makes another catch here for good yardage.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31.
A quick throw there out to Williams. 7 yards there and a first down. The Chargers at a disappointing 1-4 as they start play. They were winners their last time out, so they'll be looking to make it 2 in a row.
And so much about football, partner, comes down to mindset. Being in the right frame of mind, and the best way to get in that good frame of mind, winning. So they come in feeling good. They get the home crowd behind them. I think they're going to be tough to beat in this one.
Well, this defense for the Falcons, they played extremely well last week in that win over Green Bay.
And as in any game, takeaways are always a big key. They're always discussed on defense. There's an emphasis there. And they came away with 3 interceptions in that game.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 36.
And the Chargers first down. First and 10 at the 36-yard line.
On first down, Rivers. And he'll get it inside the 35.
Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Herbert. And this one's incomplete.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
Here comes the 7th play of this opening drive. They've moved it well, but here's 3rd down. Back to throw here, Herbert. And that is incomplete. The 3rd down battle won by Atlanta's defense. Solid coverage.
Well, that's a defensive coordinator's got to be happy with that result. They took away all options downfield and forced the incompletion.
And this is good. He got just enough to clear the crossbar as he drops it in for long distance.
So that, Charles, a season long right there.
And you know who's really excited about that? The special teams coordinator, because he's the one who has to tell the head coach in pregame, this is where we trust him from. This distance, he can hit it, and he repaid that trust by knocking that one right through.
And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. Falcons 1st and 10 here as Ritter gets them ready.
At their own 16. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Well, he's going to take a shot right away. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. He'll look to throw. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. Back to throw now on first down. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
So, Charles, you look at this offense, and what a start to the season. 5 wins without a loss. When do you think that you start believing that maybe you're in the midst of something special?
Well, you and I both know every head coach never wants that thought to creep into a locker room. But the truth of the matter is, not quite at this time, because if we look at the Steelers in 2020, they're a great example. Remember, they started 11-0, then lost 5 of 6 and went out in the first round. But I think if you get toward mid-November, the Thanksgiving time frame, and you're still doing this, that's when things start to get real for a ball club.
On 4th down, J.K. Scott ready to punt it away. And the win last week, punted 4 times as this one's away. And this will be covered up. Pretty good result. It'll be down at the 14-yard line.
At their own 14-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest. You get a chance to heal up and kind of do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done, because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
First catch for him. It's good for a dozen and a first down. Justin Herbert looking to pass. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack.
And credit that sack to D'Angelo Malone.
Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. And the Falcons going to use another timeout. And that's their 2nd charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining. A play fake, and now Herbert to throw. And this is caught by Williams. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. That one covers 29 yards. First down. A bit of a catch for him to remember. That's number 400 for his NFL career. Not a bad number at all. On 1st and 10, Herbert to the sideline, and that is a heck of a catch as he was able to get both feet in. This game not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two. From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 36. Now this one complete downfield on the left side, and they're going to move it down inside the 25. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart, because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
Three 0 after 1 on EA Sports. Here's Herbert. Now they set up the screen. That's complete.
And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
This will be play number 9 of the drive here as they need 4 yards on third down. Now Herbert with it looking to pass. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Another good drive, Charles, but it looks like another that might end in a field goal try.
They've made some nice plays. They've given themselves opportunities, but as you noted, another field goal attempt coming up. And that's not how they want to end drives. They've got to figure out what's the final touch that they need to push it across the goal.
Still yet to find the end zone. So scores on their first 2 possessions, but 6-0, so field goal is probably not what they were hoping for.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that. Not what they were hoping for, but they should be happy that they have points on the board. It almost feels like that old slow and steady wins the race, doesn't it? In this case, though, they want to be slow and steady now, but get explosive later and put the points up on the board.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They are still in search of their first points in the ball game, but only down 6-0 as they begin with a first down. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. They'll run it again with Henry. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
And Brandon, you know that expression? He just does what he does. It sounds trite, doesn't it? But in this case, it's perfectly apt. This is one of the better runners in the NFL. And all he does is just find avenues, find ways to pick up key first downs and big runs.
Now here's a throw that's complete. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. 5 yards remain on second down. They'll set up to throw. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. He'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete.
That looks like it's going to be 2 empty possessions now to start this football game. I think they're going to have to sit down and talk about what worked for them last week in their win. Sometimes you over-game plan, overthink things. Get back to what works.
And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. The Charger drive about to get going. And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner. They can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
Again from the 20 after the incompletion. Here's 2nd and 10. Up the middle they go. Rivers. And he'll get only a couple up to the 22.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in the expected passing situation.
And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 3rd catch of this first half for him, and this one is a first down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
They'll go for a gain of 7, and it's second down. Herbert off of play action. Man open, it's J.J. Arcega-Whiteside. Touchdown, Chargers! I think it's fair to say there's nothing that gets a crowd to its feet quite like a big play, and that was something special there. Boy, was he moving.
And we do talk a lot about how the tight end position has changed in the NFL. Here's a great example. It used to be that they were linemen who occasionally caught passes. Now they're wide receivers who occasionally block people. And right here, This isn't tight end speed. It's definitely wide receiver speed.
And according to Next Gen Stats, his top speed on that one, better than 20 miles an hour.
Now the Charger offense will stay on the field as they'll line up to go for the two-point try.
And they'll have Herbert try and throw for it.
That is caught. He's got it. And the lead will move to 14-0. Following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away.
And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there.
About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line.
And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to...
Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted.
Picked up by J.C. Jackson.
And the Chargers are going to get the football here at their own 23.
And when I looked down, he was kind of shaking his head right after he threw that pass. What did you see?
Well, from a defense's perspective, anytime you have your eyes back towards the quarterback, you're in a position to make a play on the ball, whether it's a big-time play by you or an overthrow by the quarterback. You have a much better opportunity.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there.
He's tackled at the 32-yard line.
2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
Yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Now it's Herbert. Open man is Arcega right side.
And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on first and 10.
That's another Chargers first down.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Herbert.
Now into a sea of defenders and intercepted. And the Falcons are going to get the football here as he gets this up past the 20-yard line. So that potentially an important takeaway here in the second quarter.
because what it does is give the offense a chance to put a drive together. They've got nothing on the scoreboard so far, so you have to think that they need something before the break. And now they have an opportunity.
About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line.
As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover that plagued it on the last one.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. It's caught by OBJ. Falcons going to use their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. They'll look to throw now on first down. Trying to get it to Beckham, and it's intercepted. Derwin James with a pick.
And the Chargers are in great shape here as they take over at the 46-yard line.
Well, those have been a problem for them all season, but never quite as much as they have in these last few minutes. Let's count it up now. A pair of picks on his team's last 2 drives and double-digit interceptions this season. I don't care if you're the best in the game or an undrafted rookie. You've got to take better care of the football or you're going to cost your team chances.
The Charger drive about to get going.
And with good starting field position and 3 timeouts as well in their pocket, no reason not to try and put a late scoring drive together.
He's going to take another shot here. And now this is intercepted. My goodness.
picked off by A.J. Terrell. And the Falcons are going to take possession of the football.
This defense had 3 interceptions last week. They're on pace for more than that here, 2 in the first half.
Do not adjust your set. This is not instant replay. This is a defense that is locked in. They're essentially running the routes for the receivers and turning it into the receivers themselves, aren't they? I mean, it is amazing what I'm seeing because the reactions of those guys.
Well, this is intercepted. They get Woodard for the 3rd time.
And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a Charger TD.
Wow, this one, it is getting out of hand early. They add a pick 6 to the ledger now. 3-score lead still in the first half.
And all that celebrating that you see and hear from those defenders is not just because they scored a touchdown on a pick 6. It's because they're pitching a shutout in this one. Every defender's dream.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone.
The Falcons take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line.
And with only 9 seconds remaining, and not much time, we'll see how they play this.
He's going to air one out. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
They gave it a shot with a deep pass, but it wasn't going to work there. And now there's less time for them to try and get 3 before the half. Let's see what they dial up on this next snap.
They'll throw now on the final play. They'll let it go deep for Beckham. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half.
So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin.
It'll be Falcons football, and they trail here as we get back underway on EA Sports.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And they look up at the scoreboard facing that deficit. A 3-score game, Charles, but look, there's plenty of time to go here. The old football cliche that comes to my mind is you can't get it all back at once. They probably... though out of this drive, at least 3 points.
Are you trying to say that there's no 3-score drive on that play sheet for any one of those coordinators? They just don't have it, right? You're trying to get it all back. You know you can't get it back in one drive, but maybe...
He's got a man complete. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. That's good for 28 yards.
But look what we have here, a sustained drive, and that was certainly AWOL in the first half. They really struggled to try and move the football. But right now, they certainly seem to have the formula working. Let's see if they can keep it up.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for him. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And his throw here is incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
Oh, he's got his tight end pitch complete.
And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 20-yard line. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Just what they need, a lecture from me, but subpar offense is what helped get them into this spot. And now they're continuing the trend with incompletions. That won't get them out of it if they don't change something soon.
They'll look to throw again.
Finding Kyle Pitts running the slant.
And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9.
So the PI decline, and that'll give him a fresh set of downs.
And when you scout tight ends, one thing you want to know, just how strong they are. And we saw it in evidence there. He was able to fight through all the contact and still secure the football.
Back to throw again. And he's got it. And he takes this down to about the 2 before going out of bounds. A gain of 7 that time, second goal.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
Henry, touchdown Falcons. Well, they move the ball down the field through the air, Charles, and then finally they get the running game involved, and it works to perfection. Touchdown.
And, partner, I kept waiting for that running game to come into play, and actually saved it until the very end. Touchdown goes on the stat sheet, but you and I both know, and he knows as well, his teammates airing it out made this a successful drive.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off.
And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. The Charger drive about to get going.
And they were terrific in the first half, built up a sizable lead, and it's just been cut into a bit following the opening drive score on the other side. But this is a unit that has to be itching to get the football again.
You could say that again. They've got to be pretty eager because, let's face it, they've had to sit through halftime, then sit on the sidelines and watch that drive. So you can bet that they're saying, let's get on with this. We got to go out there and get some more points.
They'll run on first down. Rivers. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on second down and 11. Back to throw here, Herbert. He's got it to Williams. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 44-yard line. Now a give, right side. Rivers
down to the 42, second down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Now this throw caught left side. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 21. A gain there of 21 yards.
They run the option here on 1st and 10.
And I think the ball's out, but this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same.
You can almost see inside his face mask there the look of relief. He coughed it up, but it goes out of bounds. They keep it.
Someone carrying around the lucky horseshoe, aren't they? If I were him, I'd go out and play the lottery after that one.
And he's wrapped up, taken down, back at the 25.
D'Angelo Malone picks up his second sack of the afternoon.
A long way to go here on third down for the 8th play of the drive.
Play action this time for Justin Herbert. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. There he goes, right side. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Falcon defense has a touchdown. Now Younghoe Koo for the extra point. And it's good. The deficit 6, 20-14.
Makes the score. Chargers 20. Falcons 14.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. The Charger drive about to get going. And they've got the lead here getting late into the third quarter. And the passing game for them, it's been terrific. We've seen that, but the rushing game almost non-existent.
And with the lead and trying to finish this game off, they need the running game to come back to life. They need to get sparked that way, take some time off the clock, and keep the ball away from their opponents.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. A play fake, and now Herbert to throw. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. That's caught inside the 20. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here. Herbert operating from the red zone. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. There he goes, left side. 30, 20. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Falcon defense has a touchdown. An excellent play there, CD, on the pick six. And I think were they a nickel? Did they have an extra DB out there?
Yeah, Brandon, I think they went standard nickel, not the Buffalo, as teams like to call it, meaning 3 safeties for big nickel. They just want to take away the quarterback's throwing lanes, and that's exactly what they did. They came through with a big-time pick six.
Here's Koo to kick it off. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. The Charger drive about to get going. And they have to try and move past that pick six because now they're dealing with a 4th quarter deficit. And they need this drive to end in points. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a 1st down.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there.
And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. The pressure from multiple guys there as they bury him for a big 9-yard loss. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Play action. It's Herbert. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. The big gainer there on the catch and run, 37 yards. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. From the shotgun, here's Herbert. And he can't escape, and down he goes. But that's Grady Jarrett who forced his way through to register the sack.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has not received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Herbert. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Needs something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down. Went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And this is caught. He's got him. Touchdown, LA. A play of scoring here of late, and our lead changes hands now in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, they just gave up a touchdown at the other end, so they knew that with time getting short, they had to put something together here, and they were able to do so and retake the lead right back.
Here we go now as we get set for a big two-point conversion. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by A.J. Terrell.
Well, as most teams do in their two-point attempt, they pass the ball. Instead, it gets intercepted. And remember, if you pick it off, you get a chance to take it all the way back, get 2 points yourself, right?
Yeah, not the case here, but that's why you got to be really careful with those throws, especially to the outside.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. We certainly have a good one on our hands. They're trailing after that last touchdown, but now a chance for this offense to try to snag that lead right back here in the fourth quarter.
They'll look to throw here on first down.
He still makes a catch, even though it was tapped by the linebacker.
And he is out of bounds inside the 35. Give him 30 yards there. So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 down at the 33. He'll look to throw.
That's going to be caught by Pitts.
Touchdown, Falcons.
Kyle Pitts with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Falcons answer back with a touchdown of their own to take a fourth quarter lead. Well, we won't say the comeback is complete just yet, but boy, they have come roaring back to take this fourth quarter lead.
And I like the way that you put that because it's not complete just yet, but just think about the other side. Where they are right now because they've got to be saying, how did we let this one get away? We were in complete control, well on our way to victory, and now all of a sudden, we're losing. How did that happen?
And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And they will be looking to answer the touchdown their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the fourth quarter and a chance to regain the lead in a tight one.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
Well, he certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line.
Herbert.
And my goodness, another interception.
And the Falcons are going to take possession of the football.
I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw a 2nd interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarter.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Falcons.
Kyle Pitts.
His 2nd touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year.
And the Falcons get an important score there to extend their lead here in this fourth quarter.
Extra point by Koo, up and good. And his guys will take a 10-point lead.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off.
And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25.
The Charger drive about to get going. And the script really is flipped for them. The momentum on the other sideline, and now they have to try and battle back from a 2-score deficit.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Justin Herbert looking to pass. He finds his man complete. It's Sherman. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
And the Chargers, first down. 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Herbert off the play action. Got his man complete over the middle. It's McKinnon. From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 36.
Herbert throwing again. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it. But we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
His big day receiving just keeps getting bigger. He's over 200 yards now in the afternoon.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. Complete to Newsome.
And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and it'll be second down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
To the air again, Herbert.
And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game.
Now again, right side. Rivers, and he is not going to go anywhere. We're going to get to him behind the line, and that is going to get us to the 2-minute warning.
That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
A shotgun snap for Herbert.
Touchdown! Andy from 3 yards out.
And the Chargers have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth.
They do tack on the extra point as well. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter.
Now Pinion with the kickoff honors following the touchdown.
And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Well, they can smell victory, partner. They can see it on the horizon, but certainly we're not done yet here. Defense still has 3 timeouts, and obviously this is a...
Derrick Henry all alone. The 30. 10. Touchdown, Falcons.
Derrick Henry, his second rushing touchdown on the year. And the Falcons use the big play to extend their fourth quarter lead.
Koo able to connect on the extra point, and his guys will take a 10-point lead.
43, Chargers 33. Youngway Koo to kick off for Atlanta.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Charger drive about to get going. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And, partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. Clock management, definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Herbert. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
Passing lanes, tough to come by with so many defensive backs on the field here late in the game. And it's not just the number of bodies, it's their quickness and their agility that makes it tough to complete a pass.
The throw over the middle taken in. Touchdown, Chargers. A great effort there with now 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns.
And the Chargers have cut it back within a score.
Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a one-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hand steam there.
No doubt about it.
And a good job here by the Falcons. Their hands team able to recover it. A tough one there. They certainly wanted that when they needed it, but they didn't absolutely have to get it. They still do have 3 timeouts.
You're exactly right. They had to attempt it. But even though they didn't get it, as you noted, with 3 timeouts, if they can get these stops on defense, all hope is not lost.
A first down carry for Henry.
And a good job of finding the open space to run as he's down close to the 30 here. 101 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
You'd have to think likely another running play coming here, 2nd and 11. Again, it's Henry. And forget that 100-yard rushing game, at least for the moment, as he'll lose yardage here and fall back under the century mark for the game.
Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe to get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college and happen in the NFL. The miracle in the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
A big pickup there, and without question, that should be more than enough to wrap this one up. The Falcons in victory formation as they take a knee.
Charles, normally when you see a group score this many points, it's a complete blowout, but instead they needed every single one of those in this close, high-scoring affair.
Yeah, Brandon, I'm still on the edge of my seat after that one, because when you have that much scoring and it still comes down to one possession game at the end, that's not something we see very often. In this case, these offenses, they brought it. The defenses, they're going to need some work going forward.
So for the Falcons, they remain as hot as anyone at 6-0 now through the first month.